My name is Kris McDermet. I live in Dummerston, Vermont, and I've been hooking and braiding for I think about 40 years, a long time. And I learned how to braid in 79, and then I took a hooking class, but I didn't like it because it was pansies and it was too fussy and I was young and it just wasn't appealing. So I kind of stuck with braiding, and eventually as things changed, I went back to hooking, and as it became at that time a little more primitive and it was more appealing to me. But really from the beginning, I joined the two of them. I heard about it from my rug braiding teacher, and that sold me on it, and I've been in love with it since. And then Beth came along because we are married to brothers.
And we live 3 miles apart. So I'm Beth McDermet, and we came up to visit in the summer of 2003. We visited a lot back and forth. I had retired from United Airlines. I lived in Salem at the time, Salem, Mass. And after 9/11, there were a lot of layoffs and forced retirements. And so I had retired, and we had come up for Christmas right the year before and bought a house. And so
because I invited the real estate agent to dinner.
So we came for Christmas and we bought a house. So now it's 2003 in the summer, and we come up to visit, and Kris said, I'm going to teach you how to hook. I had said that I would be interested in learning to hook when I retired. And so here was my opportunity. So she got me started on a little tiny piece. I went home.
A cute little footstool.
And I finished that in a week. And then I designed a dog rug. And then we went to Tinmouth.
Oh, yeah.
And Patty Yoder was there talking and saying, I hope you girls are going to put something in the show. We weren't even members. That's when we became members of the guild. So that was in 2004. And that was our first show that we were in. And the rest is history, I guess. Ancient history.
I had been to one show with my mom and dad when it was in the barn in Waitsfield, because actually my mom and I split. I don't know how this was ever going to work, but we bought a frame together, a Puritan frame together, and a cutter, and I guess we bought 2 hooks. So where were they going to live? Because she lived about 5 hours from me. So I can't remember who got what, but anyway, that was my first. But I was really then more into braiding, and started teaching braiding when I lived in Boston and met Stuart, the brother of Beth's husband, Staley.
Yeah.
But the best part was when Beth moved up here, and almost right away, I think.
Yeah, right away.
We started, we said we were going to get together once a week on Mondays, and we pretty much stuck to that, except for if one of us is away, or medical or haircuts sometimes have gotten in the way.
Yeah,
not me, obviously. but yeah, we're pretty devoted to our Mondays, and we switch houses and
back and forth,
and
we also travel together, and we've taken some great trips together. So obviously we enjoy each other's company. So
we do.
It's a matured relationship, I guess you could say. Beyond just hooking.
We've seen each other a lot of rugs from each other over all these years, and we're pretty different in our styles and what we like to do, what we like to hook. And then I have tried my best to get Beth to braid, but she will have nothing to do with it. So anyway,
I like story rugs. I love story rugs, and more primitive, I like my rugs to be on the floor if they can. So,
and I like mine to be on the rug, on the wall, which they always are, pretty much.
I really like I said, story rugs. I love to look at things that that bring back wonderful memories. And was it 2012? We had a class, an Azeri class. Norma Battistini came and taught, and we did all the food. Our husbands helped us. And I don't know if you're familiar with Azeris, but they're Turkish story rugs. We did life story rugs, the story of our entire lives at the time. Mine had all these things, like a lot of travel features. Yours had a lot of houses.
I was not going to do people in mine.
And you did a lot.
And I ended up doing a lot because Beth did, so I felt like I had to, but I didn't put faces on mine. I don't even think they have eyeballs, except for one.
But it was great fun, because mine's a long haul rug. It goes from like my family as a little kid all the way to moving up here to Vermont. And so it's just, makes me smile every time I look at it. So, I prefer designing my own rugs, and I have done others patterns, but I like to do my own, I guess is what I'd say.
And a funny thing about the Azeris, well, it's cute. I think we both were pretty thrilled when we came up with the idea that we would hook each other into our rugs. So on mine, I guess we both did. We were working on very specific rugs, and we put them in our rugs, and then put coffee cups and chocolate. We often have chocolate, and it's pretty cute. On Mondays, yeah. So that we got a kick out of that.
Yeah, it was great fun.
It really was. And mine is on the wall in the dark, so mine has not seen the light of day ever. And Beth's, she uses hers underfoot. So
yeah, it's 9 foot long in the hallway, back and forth. We're over it constantly.
So I've done a couple patterns. More I like if I see a painting, or I have done this, a painting or a film clip that I like the image. I get in touch with the photographer or, the museum where one piece was, and ask permission to use it. And then I don't really change it, but then I add on to it, because I like going back and forth between hooking and braiding. That's how I think. I think in small pieces, and at the end they all get joined together. So I guess lately I'd say I like themes that have to do with the environment or nature or something current, but we've had fun doing travel because we've traveled together, which is kind of a story rug also. So that was another big one. And we had intentions of making a rug, I think, on
every country, but that never happened.
Yeah. I don't know, other things come, and we're so intent on it when we're traveling, and then you get home and life comes back. And so we haven't always done a travel rug, but that's kind of our history together. Well, actually, we've never hooked on the same rug before, even except for Guild fundraiser rugs, but we've never talked about it.
No. We did in the early days. We were both going to hook the same rug. That one rug, we were both going to hook, and it would be different because we.
Oh yeah, right.
We never did it.
Yeah. I think we both are pretty strong in our ideas about designs. We both just have very specific likes, and I suppose dislikes too, that's always worked out well.
Mm-hmm. We definitely share ideas, and like one of us will have a problem with either how to do something, how to accomplish something, or a color, and the other one helps.
Or gives the other the wool that they don't have.
Yeah, we share a lot of wool. It goes back and forth between the houses. But it's just enjoy our Mondays, and they're sort of very special. We don't eliminate them easily. It has to be something serious.
And we have so much to talk about. there's just so much to talk about, especially these days. But there has been all these years, we've never had many lulls, I'd say. And then our husbands, Stuart is minus Stuart, that's a Staley, but they kind of enter the picture now and then, or at lunchtime.
Sometimes at lunchtime.
Yeah, usually at lunch.
Yeah. Yeah. But then we tell them they can leave.
Yeah.
That's enough. You can go.
Right. They don't, and then sometimes we just go off and take a drive or go to door. We've done that a number of times, or one of us has tendonitis or some other ache or pain, and so we still get together, but we don't necessarily hook or braid.
Yeah.
But so it's kind of been a nice balance, I think, of both.
It's a shared activity and friendship and relationship, of course, because we're related. So yeah, it's good.
And I've done
Life's good.
Yeah, life's good. And I've done some teaching. I kind of went that route, which I really have enjoyed. Of course, not this year, but teaching. I mainly teach braiding to people who hook. So that has been fun for me, and I got to travel, a little, like Ohio and some out west and Australia and England. So it's been pretty nice little side career that I wouldn't have expected would happen. All the people I've taught braiding to, not many people do it because it's hard. It's not any harder than hooking. There are just more steps to it. And you kind of, I think most people are committed to hooking mainly, but I think that's the way it is with anything you love to do. You usually have a couple things you love. And so adding a whole nother skill and art form or craft form, however you refer to it, most people I find don't follow through with it. They have their samples finished. I always make sure they finish in the class because I worry that they will not do it when they go home.
And they don't.
And they don't. Yeah, and they don't. But they like the look of it. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I would say, it's been not only having something that I love to do, but having a really special person to do it with. Not that we don't do it alone. We both do at night. And I'm up early every day doing it. I get possessed a little bit. But and we're both part of our rug social group, which is here in Brattleboro. So although not lately, but not since COVID, but I think having a special person to do it with, and that's kind of what brings us together, but it's certainly not the only thing.
Right. And also, I like the idea that I'm making something that's useful. I'd like
right here's our difference.
Yeah, I want to see a rug, a finished rug that I can live with, that I have a place for, and that's actually getting to be a problem because I'm running out of space.
I'm running out of walls.
Yeah, but getting together is just, it's just a wonderful thing that it's something we share. And besides, the fact that we live so close to each other and our husbands are really close. So it's wonderful. We're very lucky. Very, very lucky.
And we are really lucky in many ways. Yeah.
We know it.